Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nidhi and you're watching my series on how to become a cabin crew. So today I have a very special person on my channel. She's my mom, my greatest critic, my best supporter, the person who's motivated me the most in my life to get me my dreams. She's here today, and I'm going to be talking about a few things. And my mom can't speak a lot of English, so I'm going to help you translate a little bit for all my followers who don't speak her language, which is Hindi. So this video is going to be basically about a few things. I'm going to talk about how she actually helped me achieve my dream to become a cabin crew. So honestly, for all of you who ask me all the time, how did I become a cabin crew with Singapore Airlines? She is the real reason why I became a cabin crew and how I became a cabin crew with Singapore Airlines. That's the first thing that we're going to talk about. And the second thing is this message that I want to give to all the parents, because a lot of you have been asking me to make this video where you want me to reach out to your parents and tell them how a cabin crew job is a good job, and how the parents should let the children go and fly and get their dream job. So I have my mom here. She's actually going to share with you the things that she saw which led to us becoming a cabin crew, and her reasons behind letting us go, getting this dream job. And of course, she's also going to touch base on how it is so safe, and some of the things that all the parents are always worried about. So say hello, Mom.
Hello.
You smile and say hello.
Hello.
Okay, she's feeling a bit tired today, but honestly, let me tell you, she used to look really beautiful. She used to do modeling when she was young. She also used to have an advertising agency, and that's how we decided to become models when we were growing up. But yes, coming back to the cabin crew story. So, Mom, the first question that I think everyone wants to know is, what made you think that I should go and try for cabin crew? Because I remember I was not one of those people who wanted to try for cabin crew. You were the one who told me that you should try for cabin crew job. So I know you understand the question in English, but you can reply in Hindi. So what made you decide that I should go and apply for a cabin crew job?
मतलब तुम इस जॉब के थ्रू आसमान में उड़ सकते हो और अपने ड्रीम्स को पूरा कर सकते हो। और जैसे कि एक रिचेस्ट पर्सन होता है, वो क्या करता है, एयरक्राफ्ट में घूमता है, 5 स्टार में स्टे करता है, तो वही लाइफ तुम्हें एयरलाइंस प्रोवाइड करती है।
Actually, that's a very good way of thinking. I never thought from that perspective. So my mom is saying that you don't have to be super rich to travel in all over the world and travel first class, business class in luxurious aircrafts with different airlines and stay in those amazing 5-star hotels. You can actually become a cabin crew and do all of that and get paid for it. So that's the most amazing part. So I think that's one of the reasons she encouraged. Actually, that's not really one of the reasons, but she saw that this job has great opportunity, great potential. Not just from the rich perspective, but also in terms of how we can grow our personality, how we can use what we have. Yeah, she says you can actually learn so much about different cultures, you can travel, you can get to know so many people around the world, you get so much exposure from this job. So that's another reason why she encouraged us to join this. So just to give you a bit of perspective, when I applied for a lot of different airlines, and finally I got through Singapore Airlines, my sister at that point in time, who is still flying for Air India, the national carrier, she was also a great source of motivation for me to go get the job, because she used to tell me so much about the perks, the benefits and things like that. But I also want to share with you what we went through. So the job did not come so easy. I remember, Mom, we used to go to a lot of different interviews, and my mom used to follow us everywhere. She used to sit yeah, she used to sit through like the whole day. She used to sit outside in hot sun, just waiting for us to come out of the interview hall, to support us in case we didn't get through, or to encourage us if we got through. So Mom, tell us about that time, what we used to do and how we used to prepare ourselves to go for these interviews.
7 to 8 times failure रहा, लेकिन every time समझाया कि एक एक स्टेप ऊपर जाने से एक दिन मंजिल पे पहुंच जाता है इंसान.
His mom is saying that we went a few times. So, of course, when I went for Singapore Airlines, I got through in the first go, and I'm going to share that very important reason with all of you. What my mom taught me was the greatest advice she gave me. But before that, I used to go to a few airlines interviews. I went for Indigo, I went for British Airways, we went for Emirates, we went for Jet Airways, we even went for Air India. And I didn't get through. But what my mom is saying that every time I came out of that interview room, she sat down with me, which is true, and explained to me what I did wrong and what I could have done better, what I could have learned to make myself better when I go for the next interview, which was the most important thing to learn. So she always told me, don't feel demotivated. If you really want to get this, if you really want to achieve this, just understand the interview process, understand what is required, what you should do to get selected. So that was the most helpful thing. So what was that one advice that you gave me, Mom, which actually got me selected, which I think played a major role in getting my selection?
कोई भी एयरलाइंस किसी भी कैंडिडेट को इसलिए हायर करती है कि अगर वो स्माइलिंग फेस है और एवरी टाइम यस मैम यस सर और पेशेंस है तो उसका सिलेक्शन इजीली हो जाता है.
So I think this is the greatest giveaway, which I always share with all of you, and this has come from my mom actually. I remember when I went for my Singapore Airlines interview, I was presenting myself in a very, very humble manner. I was not coming across as a very confident, very proud of myself person, but as a very humble person who's here to serve, who's hospitable, who's smiling, who has patience. So I kind of tried to display all those qualities when I was giving my interview. And honestly, if you ask me, that was one of the major reasons why I got the success. But apart from that, we did a lot as well. Every time we used to go for interviews, I remember I used to do a lot of preparation. Grooming is a very important part, right, Mom? We used to make sure that we get good photos taken. We used to get our grooming done very nicely. So share that a little bit with all of them, how important it is to groom yourself, to learn how to talk to people. I remember I went for some personality classes. I did some coaching with journalism and things like that. So my mom supported me in doing all of that.
First, your body figure में होना चाहिए.
Mom says you have to maintain. You cannot just look super overweight or super skinny. You should be good presentable. Yeah.
Slim and trim.
Okay, Mom says slim and trim.
Energetic and positive body language. I always smile.
Okay, smile is very important. I think that's what I've learned from her basically. I think that comes to me from her. She's always been smiling. So I just want to share a little bit with you guys about my times that we went through as well. So I remember when we were when I got selected for Singapore Airlines. So the wait was quite long. It took us almost 1 year for me to get selected, because the process is quite simple now, but last time used to be a really long process. We used to go for every interview, and after every interview you have to wait for quite a few months before they would respond. So we waited for almost over a year before I got my selection call for Singapore Airlines. And at that point in time, we didn't have a lot of money. I was actually running 2 to 3 jobs myself. My sister was doing 2 jobs. So, we did whatever we can within our means to train ourselves to do the job at the same time, keep trying to go for cabin crew interviews to achieve our dream. But I remember this one particular time when, which I'm going to share in detail in another video with you guys. But there was this time when I think I got a letter for Kingfisher and Singapore Airlines both, and I was lying in the hospital bed because I had an operation done. I'm going to share my operation story later with you guys. But when I got a call for my Singapore Airlines and Kingfisher, I was actually in the hospital bed recovering from 2 quite big surgeries. And we were discussing what should we do next. Because here I'm lying in the hospital bed, and in 15 days I have to pack and go to Singapore. Right? Yes. So how did we deal with all of that?
What actually keep willpower strong होना चाहिए.
बस
willpower strong होगा तो आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. जैसे वो एक शेर नहीं है, पंख से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ा देती है.
Ooh, good one.
के पूरे होते हैं जिनके सपनों में जान होती है.
Oh, that's a good one. So she actually said a quote there, which is that even if you have wings, you can't achieve anything unless you have the willpower to actually fly. And it doesn't matter if you have dreams. If you don't put everything behind your dreams to achieve what you want to, you wouldn't succeed. So basically what she's saying is that although I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go at such a traumatic time, whether I was recovering, she made me strong. She had really strong willpower, which she still has. So she's saying willpower is everything. If you make a decision to do something, just put everything behind it and just go after it. So I remember in 15 days, we packed our bags and my mom came to Singapore with me. She stayed with me for 1 week. And when I came here, I was quite underweight. I was underweight by almost 6 kgs because I had lost so much blood. I had blue blacks on my hand. But I was determined that whatever it takes, I'm going to go ahead and convince the medical personnel to tell him that I'm perfectly fine and I'm here to join. And my mom was there to support me and she was right behind me. So I think that was the biggest strength. And of course, I think another important factor that kept me going is that my mom has always been my greatest critic. If there is anything that we do wrong, or anything that mom thinks should be corrected, she immediately tells us. She doesn't go like, oh, okay, take your time. If I put on a bit of weight, my mom will be like, you need to lose the weight now. Get back into shape now. So I think that is very important as well, constantly telling yourself to improve. I think right now I want to talk a little bit about what advice will you give? Because a lot of my followers usually tell me that, the parents are not okay with the airline job. They always say that, this is not safe. I don't know where would you be going and stuff like that. So what advice will you give to those parents?
Life safe तो कहीं पर भी नहीं है. In 30 seconds accident में death हो जाती है लोगों की.
Okay, so my mom is saying that life is not safe anywhere. Even if you stay in your house, in 30 seconds, anything can go wrong. So it's really not about safe. I think airline's job is actually a fairly safe job. It's your prerogative whether you want to be safe, how you want to live. If you're careful about your things, if you're careful about your health, you will always take care of yourselves. But mom, a lot of parents also think that this is not a good job because when you're flying around the world, people approach you. They don't think it's a reputed job and things like that. A lot of parents still have that kind of thing in their head that you cannot make this as a career, or it's not a reputed job. If you're flying, nobody will marry you because they don't think air hostess job is a good job. They sleep around and things like that.
उनका सोच है ना, किसी की सोच को आप नहीं बदल सकते और गॉड उन्हीं की हेल्प करता है जो अपनी हेल्प खुद करते हैं.
Okay, so my mom is saying that it's really about mindset. It's really about attitude. God helps those who helps themselves. So this is my request to all the parents. Please, 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 all of you who ask me to talk to your parents or tell me that, your parents are not agreeing to the job, please show them this video. My mom is a living example sitting here. I think if she wouldn't have sent me to Singapore, if she wouldn't have allowed me to become a cabin crew, my life would not have turned out like that. I would still be probably doing 2 to 3 jobs back in India. I was an MC. I used to do a full-time call center job. I used to model. I used to do a lot of different stuff. I think this whole thing changed my life. I met a really nice person here. I got married. I'm settled very happily. And mom, are you happy seeing me? Are you happy with where I am right now?
क्योंकि मेरी दोनों daughters एयरलाइंस में और मैं पूरी दुनिया घूमती हूँ.
Yeah, my mom gets to travel around the world. That's
Free
the
of
best
cost.
part.
Free of cost.
So my sister flies. I used to fly. I'm not flying at this point in time, but then when I was flying, she used to travel with us all over the world and free of cost. She because we used to get these tickets for our parents, and she could stay in the hotels with us, and we used to take her all the time with us to travel around the world. So I think that was amazing, and she still does. Where are you going next, Mom?
Copenhagen, Denmark.
She's going to Denmark. She's going to Copenhagen. So all you parents, if you want to travel with your children, please let them go and do this job because my experience has been amazing. I have learned so much. And also want to talk a little bit about career. Now, a lot of people think that you can't make a career when you're in the airline industry. But I think that's not true. You can look at myself. I I flew with the airline for 10 years, and now I'm actually doing coaching, corporate training, because the airline gave me so much opportunities. But of course, I had to work hard for it. It did not come easy. I had to go on my off days to actually do training, to learn so much. You have to put in a lot of effort. Nothing really comes easy in life. So that's another thing that we all have to know. Okay.
Plus minus तो सभी जॉब में होते हैं.
Mom is saying that no job is perfect. You will always have pros and cons. So you just need to decide what's best for you and just go for it. Again, our advice would be to all the parents, please let your children go and fulfill their dreams of flying. And of course, I'm here to help and coach and guide them. If you need any information at any point in time, you can always talk to me. You can talk to my mom. You can call her. She'll be happy to answer all your calls as well. Okay, I think few questions that I want to know, which I have never asked my mom. Okay, so when I came to Singapore, did you miss me?
बहुत ज़्यादा.
Did you miss me?
Yes.
Okay, my mom says she missed me. She said a little bit, not much.
But
Okay, I'm lying. My mom says she missed me a lot. So what did you do when you missed me?
I can't.
Huh?
बस मिस किया, दिल से याद किया.
Okay, she's saying at that point in time we didn't really have the internet, and now you can just call in just 1 second and get connected. But at that point in time we didn't have. So of course my mom was a little worried at times if I'm doing okay, if I landed safely. But yeah, she always put a brave front, and I'm happy to know that you missed me. Yeah, so my mom comes often to Singapore, but not that much. I would want her to stay for a longer period of time. So yeah, that's about it. And for all of you who haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, do press the subscribe button and press the notification bell so you can be updated when the next video comes out. And as you all know, I do coaching, so do get in touch with me. My website is listed below. And do watch the other videos if you want to know about how to become a cabin crew. And of course, in the meantime, all of you out there, always stay pretty, stay handsome, safe flights, and we love you. Bye.